I was adopted from China at age 4. Coming back to China was a great challenge because although I am ethnically Chinese, I was brought up in an American culture. I only knew basic Chinese, and I didn't know any Chinese habits or antics. The locals that saw me with my obviously foreign-looking friends always tried to talk to me and assumed that I was their tour guide or translator. I knew that the locals would try to speak to me when I got to China, but I didn't know that this was the hardest challenge I would overcome abroad. My first encounter that made me realize that I was over my head was when I first went out to dinner with my friends. There I was staring blankly at a restaurant owner as she asked me questions about where my friends were from and what they were doing here in China. Where are your friends from? What? Where are they from? What? Ah yeah, what do you want to eat? I'm sorry, I don't speak Chinese, I'm American. What? But you're Chinese. I'll just have this. I didn't have the proper grammar patterns to respond to her, and I didn't have the confidence to smile, so I just said phrases that I had practiced. Shop owners, taxi drivers, people on the buses, and students would constantly ask me questions about my friends. I was embarrassed that I knew so little about my heritage, and I didn't know how to communicate with the locals. I shied away from these confrontations at first because I was nervous about sounding foreign to them. I wanted to fit in, yet I wanted to make known that I was also American. My friends were fawned over because they looked different and therefore represented another culture. I wanted the locals to see that I was also special, but I was overlooked because I looked just like them. As more time went by, the continuous stream of questions from locals and my growing confidence in Chinese class pushed me to respond. I started with short answers and smiles, and then gradually pushed myself to speak in length. By the end of the semester, I was laughing and joking with locals. I could hold my own when haggling, and I argued with a restaurant owner for accidentally overcharging us. I could ask directions from anyone on the street, and I navigated Zhangjiajie, a southern city in China, on my own. When my family visited in March, I proudly showed them around the city with the new independence that I had grown into. China had always been a part of me, but it wasn't until I learned to live in China and speak to the locals that I really embraced the culture. I learned to be resourceful, to take chances, and mostly to be adaptable. With an open mind, I gained self-confidence and independence and a new sense of who I am. I am proud to be a daughter of two countries.